Hello, my creative friends, and welcome to another episode of The Daily Prompt. This is Throwback Thursday, where we talk about some idea or concept that we had talked about previously. But because we've talked about a lot of different things between then and now, we are looping back to an earlier discussion or point or insight so that now we can see it with fresh eyes. We can see it sort of from a wider context. Today I want to talk about three things that we've talked about previously. The first one is money. I want to talk about Let's Talk About Money, Part 3. I also want to talk about time, and I also want to talk about the reveal. So, first up, I wanted to sort of give you a little bit of a heads up that I've decided I'm not going to continue with the daily prompt. I'm going to, not that I'm going to go away or that I'm going to give it up or that you shouldn't sort of hang around, but the daily prompt itself as a daily video series, we run into time, money, and reveal problems, which is why I want to talk about this today. So this is officially going to be the final Throwback Thursday. I don't think any of us ever really liked that idea. It didn't really catch on. Nobody got too excited about it. So I don't think there's going to be any tears in the audience. Nobody's kicking the wall right now saying, why? When I first set out on this adventure to do the daily prompt, I had a very clear idea of what I wanted this to be. So let me back up a little bit. Many years ago, I made a video in the earlier series that I did a little bit like this called Screenwriting Uncut, where I talk about how free often costs more. And it was basically why I don't blog. Way back then, when I've been involved in the internet for a very long time, and I saw the whole blogging thing appear, and I should have, possibly, could have, certainly jumped onto the blogging bandwagon very early on. One of the problems was that I firmly believe that the blogging thing is great for you in short term, but not great for you long term. The thing that I maintain and will consistently maintain is that the key to actually achieving legitimately pro results is not just having new things thrown at you. It's not actually even just taking action every day. It's taking targeted action that is specifically designed to give you continuous improvement. Now, the problem with blogging in general is that it gives you random stuff. Whatever the blogger has in mind, whatever tips or insights or perspective they want to share with you that day, that's what you get. And then you look at your work or your project or your progression through your career through that filter for that day. It inspires you, it maybe educates you, it maybe opens your eyes to something, and then you sort of keep moving forward. And so you're really moving forward in fits and starts. When I sat down to build Fast Screenplay, part of the reason was because screenwriting courses don't do it, was because free blogs on the internet, paid blogs on the internet don't do it, was because the thing that was missing was literally that consistent, ongoing daily action. It's why I had the instinct to create this and call this the daily prompt, was because it's all about prompting you to daily action. It's all about keeping you moving forward. But at the end of the day, if what I'm doing through the vlog is the same thing that I resisted doing through a blog, which is giving you a random tip or insight or inspiration or something every day, then I'm still foisting my insights and my perspective on you, maybe encouraging you to take action, and maybe that's a very good thing. And if you've got a long history of writing and you have a process already that you're happy with, then maybe all you need is that daily kick. You shouldn't. If your system, if your process is designed properly, it is the kick. That's all you need to do, is simply do it, because it's woven into it. I wove it into Fast Screenplay for that reason. So in some ways, I really feel like this vlog here, the way it is now, is inconsistent with my ultimate message, with my ultimate point and purpose. But this is not what this is supposed to be. So let's talk about money. Okay, so probably, and I think I may have mentioned some of this before, but I'm not sure if I did it in the personal vlog entry, so people might not have seen it. But in any event, so I had a kid last year, and my partner was on maternity leave for about 4 months, and then went back to work. And I worked from home, and so we were going to see if I could take care of the kid when she went back from maternity leave. And funny thing happens when you have a newborn, sort of 4-month-old, and you work from home doing a thinky job. You can't think, you can't do anything. So the days that I was looking after the kid were days that I was not getting a whole heck of a lot done. And so I started consuming this content online. This guy named Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V. He puts out the show called Daily V. He has a Q&A show that he does each week called Ask Gary V. He's a businessman. He made a lot of money investing, started a media company, and he puts out a ton of valuable free content every day. And I really like what he has to say, probably 95% of what he has to say. But more importantly, so I discovered him around Thanksgiving, somewhere around November, maybe mid-November, a little bit before Thanksgiving. But really, just once I couldn't focus on my work, I just was consuming a lot of his content day after day. And I had this flash of inspiration, this flash of insight, where I realized if I could create that, then that will be the bridge from everything that I teach and everything that I try to encourage writers to do to the film studio. The show would be the behind the scenes of making the content. Now, we're not ready to make the content yet. We're developing it. I'll give you an update on our project on status update Saturday, 2 days from now. So I thought, well, what am I going to do? I don't want to wait until we're ready with that. I want to jump both feet in, see if we can really bootstrap this thing and build it from the ground up. And so I decided to jump right into doing this daily vlog here with this backdrop, me talking to camera, trying to give you some insight, some idea, teach you stuff, help encourage you to take action every single day. Just share all my knowledge and all my information with you. And in the process, hopefully inspire some of you, lots of you, all of you to share this, to spread the word, to let other writers know about it, because writers are not your competition. They are your network. So to share all this stuff with other people, which is not happening, that my thought was that as this could grow organically, I would get volunteers to jump on board to help with what we don't have the money for, which is the crew to do the behind the scenes stuff, which would both promote the projects, promote the thing that we're building, the indie film studio, but then also be a daily action prompt for you, right? So the idea wasn't to have me here sitting here like this. I figured it would be about 3 months or so. And I think if you look at some of the earlier videos, I do specifically say it'll be 2 to 3 months. Well, we're at the 2 to 3 month point, and this hasn't really gotten any traction, which just tells me that my inclination initially about the blogging is probably right. So at the end of the day, creating a show called The Daily Prompt doesn't make a lot of sense for me because I've already built a system that is a daily prompt. If I give you a random daily prompt, it goes back to that whole idea of it makes you feel like you're acquiring knowledge and skill and information. It makes you feel like you're getting somewhere, but you're not really getting anywhere because we're not moving forward on that sequential process. Now, I thought along the way that this was going to be quite different to that, and I thought the two could coexist. As I've gone along and I'm thinking about what's the content for the daily prompt? What should that be? I start to sort of think, and at the end of the day, I need to just either teach you screenwriting, which I can't do in this form, or I need to be doing the behind the scenes stuff, which we're not ready to do yet. And we can't sort of go out and start. We can't jump both feet into that one without either volunteers who have not stepped forward or money to hire videographers, which we don't have because people are not jumping on board with the system. Fair enough. But it just puts me at a little bit of a crossroads. So coming back to this notion of why producers don't teach, the reason producers don't teach is because we don't have time. The reason this show is what it is, me here in one uncut 10-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute, half-hour, whatever length video it is because this is the only way that I can fit this into the schedule. There's no time to do a more polished episode for you. There's no time to distill these ideas and make them succinct and give you 6 tips of whatever it is I've talked about. I know these are rambling. I know these are too long. I know these chew up too much of your time. And ultimately, at the end of the day, if the goal is to get you to write, if the goal is to get you where you're trying to go, if the goal is to demonstrate to you that you can do the very thing that I'm setting out to do here, I can't do that by chewing up your time. I need to give you your time. I need you to take command of your time. Not just to take action, not just to move forward a little bit, but to continuously move forward. Now, I get that people are not going to want to join fast. I get that. Maybe this is not the format in which to try to convince people to do that. My thought was, you'd watch this and you'd go, hey, there's a guy who's going to be building a film studio. I want to get in on that. How do I get in on that? Oh, he wants me to go do his system. Well, what is his system? Oh, it's literally the complete process, whether I go right for him or not. I'm going to go do that for me, right? Anyway, the plan originally was to try to take the limited time and the limited money that we're all going to start with, to take those things, to congeal them together into this, to try to encourage it to spread, to attract people who are interested in it. Obviously not everybody, perhaps not you, but at least if it's spreading, then we might be able to attract the people that are interested in it. Those people would then help to build the thing. That's what bootstrapping it is all about. It has become clear to me as this goes along, and don't worry, I'm going to turn this back into a prompt for you before this is done. It has occurred to me as we go along that what this ultimately ends up doing is chewing into the time that I need to spend on making the films, on building the other part of it. So here's what I'm going to be doing, and here's why I'm going to talk about it in a little bit different of a way on the personal vlog entry on Sunday and the status update on Saturday. This is going to turn into something else. So I've decided that I'm going to do at least once a week. I'm going to give you a video, some sort of update. I think people like the Mindset Monday thing, so I may see if I can create some sort of mindset videos once a week, and then probably an update on the film studio process, and probably leave it at that. 2 videos a week, 1 video a week, 3 videos, maybe go back to a semi-sporadic release schedule. So we're going to strip the daily right out of the daily prompt, and help you as much as I can in this bridge point. So my thought was that this was going to go from this, me talking to you on camera, to all of a sudden one day I was going to surprise you with a video where we're out and about and we're scouting locations and I'm giving you the insights and the education from that. Now, I believe that what this show needs to be, what this show has to be really to attract an audience, what this show has to be to demonstrate to you the principle that I'm talking about, it has to be that. It has to be out in the world. It has to be, hey, here's how we're making this project with no money. Hey, here's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about making a project with no money. I've been going back and forth with somebody via email, and he watched a very low budget film that I recommended that he watch, and he saw he saw he was very resistant initially to the no budget, low budget thing, and he saw the opportunity in that. And it's like, that's what I want to show you. And you're not gonna get that by watching me talk to you here in front of this. You're not gonna get that by me trying to find some way to give you a daily prompt each day. Because at the end of the day, the daily prompts that are going to be the strongest are the ones that we've refined. The ones where we've specifically detailed and cut out all the fat and crafted a very meticulous exercise for it. And then boom, there you go. There's your daily prompt. It's the steps of the system that I built. I'm not going to be able to give you a better daily prompt on some sort of turn on the camera and talk to you for 20 minutes. So the daily prompt as a daily prompt, we've had a good run. We're reaching number 70 something with this one. I think that's good. If you still want those prompts, go back and rewatch it. I guarantee you, if you watch this whole series from beginning to end again, you're going to see new things every single time. That said, what this is going to become, it's going to become that daily show. A lot like the Daily V thing. We're going to bridge that gap. But we can only bridge that gap once we have money, once we have a team, basically. So until we get that team, I'm going to do just the occasional video here with this. I'm going to sort of tell you, I'm going to share with you something. I still want to motivate you. I still want to excite you. I still want to give you ideas and knowledge and insights and all that stuff. I really do want to take everything that's here and put it in your head. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do that. And for time reasons, why producers don't teach, for time reasons, I got to scale the whole thing back so I can focus my energies on that. I'm super excited about where we're at in the writer's room. I'm super excited about this project that we're going to be producing in the next couple of months. And I'm hoping that we have the resources, the volunteers, the people. I can hire somebody so that we can record the behind the scenes of all that stuff, because that's going to be the killer. That's going to be the thing that I think will excite you the most and get your creative juices flowing the most. So how does this all relate to the reveal? At the end of the day, I've said before that the most powerful tool in storytelling is the reveal. I've said before that the reveal is how you create the epiphany within the audience. So the point of this series was to gradually reveal to you that all of this is within your reach. All of this is achievable for you. All of this is doable. All you have to do is follow my lead. But if my lead is unfortunately sitting here doing the talking head thing, then it's not serving its own purposes. So it possibly could be better to pull right back and then reveal the film when it's done, or reveal when we're in production, because I still do want to try to build the audience for the project before we even finish the project, before we release the project, for sure. So there's still a whole lot to learn here. There's still a whole lot to understand about all this. The big reveal really is that you are a creative person. The big reveal really is that the reason I say, hello, my creative friends, every time we begin this is because I believe that you are a creative person. But I believe that for me as a creative person, for me as a teacher, for me as a filmmaker and producer, I need to present to you my perspective in a way that's true to me. And so while I love the idea that Gary Vee expresses about put something out every day and put out tons of content and create the Instagram and create the Twitter and create all that stuff and go on all cylinders, I agree with that. But that requires a team, as far as I can tell. Doing that solo, doing that with one person, doing that without a whole cadre of volunteers is not really feasible. It's not really feasible at the level and at the scale that I think it needs to be for the ideas and the insights that I'm trying to share with you to actually land with you. So So let's talk about money. At the end of the day, money is the hard part of it. Money is the challenge. At the end of the day, I created this elaborate system that I sell for my cost. I make nothing on it, which seemed like a really good idea at the time because I thought people were going to be going through it. We'd be making films and we'd make all the money on making the films. But if people don't go through, if they don't finish, if they quit, then there's no money still. And in fact, there's even less money because it's only done at cost. So we never have that profit on the end. So we don't have the means to hire the videographers. We don't have the means to do the social media in the way that it needs to be done. Because, yes, I could do it all myself, but there's no time. There's just not enough hours in the day. I'm going every hour of every day. There's no time to do it because of all the other things. So what I'm going to be doing is scaling this right back. I'm going to do an episode tomorrow. I'm going to do the Fast Friday because I got a really cool idea to share with you for Fast Friday. I'm going to give you the status update Saturday because I'm super excited about where we're at with the project itself. I'm going to give you a little personal vlog entry on Sunday, but it might look a little different than most personal vlog entries do. And then I'll probably give you some sort of mindset Monday, or it might not be on Monday, but we'll keep going. I'll give you something every single week, every 1 or 2 episodes, probably every single week, until we get to the point where we have the funds and the resources to hire the videographer. We're ready to begin the post-production stuff, and we can get the hell out of here. So it's not just me in front of this backdrop. So bear with me for a little bit longer. We are absolutely going to get where we're trying to go. When I said at the very beginning of this series, when you have that idea in your head and you put it out on the page, then it gives you something, it frees your imagination. As you start to pursue that idea, you figure out what works and what doesn't. And I've come to find that the daily prompt thing just doesn't work. This, as it is now anyway. It's probably me. I'll take the full blame for it not working. But it's not working. And my goal is not to make this show for you that looks like this. My goal is to build an independent film studio that produces multiple films every year, right? So I'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. So if that's the goal and that's the thing I'm going to keep pushing towards until I die, if that's the thing that I will never quit on, I have to adapt. I have to adjust. I know what I said early on and what I promised the show would be, but at the end of the day, the big picture, the vision, the goal is always the most important thing. And so that's today's daily prompt for you. Have a real good hard look at, is what you're doing actually getting you where you want to go? Is your path really consistent? Is your path definitively continual improvement? Or are you just randomly moving in whatever direction you can? Can you fine-tune that? Can you pinpoint that? Can you keep pushing forward so that you really, I'm not talking about fantasy, I'm talking about really achieve the dreams and goals that you have in your imagination. That's what it's all about. It's not about dreaming these things. It's not about wanting these things. It's not about wishing I was a screenwriter or a filmmaker or had an indie film studio. I'm going to build this damn thing. I'm going to do this thing. This is what I want to create. Not what I dream I want to create, what I want to physically make. That's what you need to do with your own projects. That's what you need to do with your own vision, your own story, your own message, whatever it is you're trying to convey to the audience, or whatever it is your life is all about. That's when you are my creative friend, because that's what creative people do. We tap into what we're trying to say, what we're trying to think, what we believe, what we're committed to, what we're passionate about, and we do it. And we adjust when something is not quite working. So I hope you understand. Please leave me comments in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed, because there's still a whole lot more to come here. It's going to take different shape, but there's a whole lot more to come here. I thank you so much for watching this, another long one. Back to the old extended episodes. That's the other thing. Trying to cram it all into 10 minutes, it makes me feel like I'm not giving you the full picture. It's trying to do it in 10 minutes as an unedited thing doesn't work for me. So hopefully you feel like this helps and gives you some ideas and inspiration and perspective on the whole thing. But in any event, I thank you so much for watching, for sticking with me through this. I hope you'll join me tomorrow. I think we've got a really good Fast Friday. And whatever you do, take action today. It's essential that you do this. Don't let your dreams stay dreams. Make them real. I promise you, it's worth the effort. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.